Aloha, friends. How are you? It's Jer here with Norris from Techtown. Daily Detroit, how are you? Norris Howard, good to see you.
I'm hanging in there, man. Listen, y'all know I care about y'all because I'm missing Arsenal today in order to do the show. And this is a big sacrifice for me, so you're welcome.
How are you feeling about the match?
I'm feeling good. It should be either incredibly boring or one of the best matches of the whole year. We play Atletico Madrid, another big time team, but I think we may have an edge. So keeping my fingers crossed.
You got this.
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, y'all.
You can see the Arsenal sticker on your laptop past Fezzi there.
I mean, can you not see what I got on? Like,
oh yeah, I guess so.
Can you not see what I got on? One of my favorite kits of like the past few years.
But well, Norris, the thing is, I appreciate you, but rarely do I look at your chest.
That's fair. Thank you.
Just, you know.
Yeah. Ugh, I got some snot on my sleeve.
Well, we've got some stories to talk about today. We're going to be doing a live show, doing some things. It is finally fall, I think.
Is it?
I mean, I don't know if it's officially fall.
But, like, is it fall, though? Like, I feel like we never know nowadays.
It could just appear at any time.
Yeah, I don't know. But certain people like fall. This is my least favorite season of the whole year. This is my least favorite time by far of the year. By far.
Is it the uncertainty?
No, it's not the uncertainty. Well, yeah, part of it. Like, I hate fall weather. I hate that it's like you look outside and it looks beautiful, like it should be warm. It's not.
No, but I can tell by what people.
Point is that like you
got sweatshirts, jeans, leggings.
You could go outside and a strong gust and it's 40 degrees. That sucks. All right. Fall clothes are great. That's about it. Halloween's my least favorite holiday of the year. All kind of stuff.
It's hard to be Norris Howard.
It's not hard to be me. It is. It's hard to be me. But I don't live a hard life. I'm very blessed and very privileged. And one of my favorite privileges and things that I get to do is to come on this show and talk to y'all and talk to you, Jer.
Absolutely. So if you are new here, what we do is we record live our podcast for Daily Detroit, which usually goes out in audio format. We've been doing this for a while now as a weekly live stream.
Yes.
And then if people are around, we go into the chat, we do stuff, talk about things, answer your questions, whatever you're into. We have a lot of fun with it.
And then we hang out. But first and foremost, we get the business and we do the show. But before we even do that, I just want to tell everybody, we love your feedback. And we love hearing from you. And if you want to give more feedback, you can always slide over to our members-only Discord, which you can check out by becoming a member on our Patreon. That's, dailydetroit.com for all the information. You get access to the Discord, and you can chat to us, chat to your fellow Daily Detroiters, and all the fun stuff. You get the scoop on things going on around town, and it's a fun time in the Discord, so make sure you check it out.
Where did the name Discord come from?
Because it was supposed to be decentralized communication of gamers. The Discord of noise.
Oh, okay.
No cohesive voice.
Oh, see, this is part of the many things you know that I don't know.
That's part of it, yeah. Listen, a lot of things come from gaming that y'all don't think about, but I don't get into that.
Gaming in other places.
Yeah, pretty much all the technology that you use has either come out of gaming, science fiction, or DARPA.
Did you see how much that video sailed with Michigan Central? That was wild.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. We're very appreciative of our supporters and the people who matriculated that video and shared it amongst your friends. Because, listen, again, we know. Listen, I knew when you put it up, it was red meat for the people who listen to the show because we're all urbanists. We all want to see expansion of public transit. We all want to see expansion of rail and passenger rail. And it's like the only and best way to do it here in the Midwest is going to be some kind of line that goes between Chicago, Detroit, and Toronto. And then hopefully we expand that to Buffalo, and then that gets expanded to Buffalo. It goes to New York, or maybe goes south through Pittsburgh and Philly. And then next thing you know, you can get from New York to Chicago in half a day.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
not
we
bad at
don't.
all.
Yeah, it's not like we got the bullet trains. You know, it ain't gonna be a couple hours, but half a day. You say 6 hours. You get from Chicago to New York. Why not?
One thing I wanted to mention as people are still joining us in the chat, I think it's interesting. I expected that the train part would go crazy. But when you look back at the data, and I know it doesn't share as much, but in fact, I think 4 or 5 times the amount of traffic is Greyhound bus traffic. The bus terminal is so much of a bigger deal to more people right now.
Currently, yeah.
Currently.
Facts.
And it made me realize you can't do, like doing that combo bus thing that they want to do actually would have made no sense in the station.
No.
Because I know a lot of people were really upset still.
No, but it wouldn't
that
have
you're
made
not
sense
running
in the station.
You're not running people through the station like they were. Like, use the station for what it is. People were very angry about it. I got a lot of feedback.
Well, also, like, the area where you would have been boarding the trains is just not fixed yet. Like, it's not there. And then to combine that with a bus terminal would have meant they would have had to put even more money into what they already did. And the main objective was to preserve the building in its most natural state. And that's what they did so far. But listen, now we talking about something brand new. And now the train station is going to be used for something completely different. And now we're going to have a whole new building. Like, this is cool. Think about this. Within the next 3 years, right, in just that area, we'll have the full build out of the Michigan Central completed with the hotel and all that. You're going to have a brand new bus and train terminal right there. So you're going to have a major, major travel thoroughfare right there, which is going to be good for all the businesses over there. And then you're going to have a brand new stadium that's going to be right there within walking distance. We're talking about a couple blocks from this train bus station combo. Which is also going to have a pocket neighborhood, which is also supposed to have some shopping over there as well. Now, everything won't be completed in 3 years. But
A lot of it will be.
But a lot of it will be. And you're going to have all of that right there. I mean, you're talking about an area that over the course of 5 years is going to go from not much going on to one of the most going on areas in the whole city, really in the whole region. It's pretty incredible.
Well, yeah, and the interview hasn't aired yet with Eric Larson, the Downtown Detroit Partnership, and it will soon. But one of the things is they are actively looking at ways to increase transit to connect that to downtown, because one of the other concerns was like, well, the Amtrak is, the Amtrak to get downtown, whatever. But I'm going to be honest with you, Amtrak and the Q line to get downtown, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think those numbers are very large.
First
I
of
don't
all,
think
the
there
numbers,
are many people
the
taking
numbers
the Q
aren't.
line.
Yeah, the
That's not
numbers
a
aren't
thing.
very large. That's not realistic. It was not a realistic thing when they made it, right? Like the train is not regular enough or fast enough to make that a viable thing, right? Is it an option? Yes. Is it viable? No.
Well, you can always tell the people who are commenting from out of town because they're saying that you should run the Q line up Michigan Avenue, and like that would not. No. Like with our experience with street level rail.
Let me put it this
again.
way. Let me put it this way. And I'm going to be perfectly honest about the Q line, right? I think the Q line actually could be something really dope. But the Q line needs like $3 billion worth of additional build out, additional cars and staffing in order to make this a thing that actually works. Because the Q line, as it is now, does not really work for its intended purpose.
It works as a tourist circulator.
Yes, it's a tourist circulator. It is not a viable option for transit. It's not. It does not run regularly enough. It needs to be trains rocking every 7 minutes for it to be viable.
Well, the other challenge is that when you even get on one, like you'll see 3 buses pass you.
That's what I'm saying. It's not viable. It's not viable. And the bus routes are significantly more all-encompassing. So, I think if we want to view street-level rail as an option or whatever, whether it be extension of the people mover, I don't know, whatever, it's going to require a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, do we want to get into the show?
Let's get into the show.
All right.
I'm excited about the show.
As I said, if it's your first time here, we record the show as it would be for audio listeners. If you've got questions, make sure you drop them in the chat. We will answer them afterward. It'll be, we're always glad to do it. By the way, we see Michael in the chat.
Say I take a mogo instead. I've done that.
Yeah, it's true.
When I used to live in New Center, the Q line had just finished. I mean, it was brand spanking new. And literally, I would ride my bike to downtown to visit my then girlfriend because she worked at the Renaissance Center. And I would ride my bike that 3 miles and beat the queue line down there when it was new.
You know, we're going to have a couple Renaissance Center stories today.
Oh, yeah.
We are. But Michael, thank you for the feedback here. I actually would so here's the thing, Michael, with biking, I would bike the queue line because always beat the queue line going to the riverfront because it's actually downhill.
It's downhill.
Going up
a little
I
different.
can do it, but it
It's
requires a little bit more
But
effort.
it is downhill. A lot of people don't know that. It is downhill.
Ever so slightly, but just enough to give you a boost. Just enough where you can coast real easy.
Yep. And you actually really feel it right after like Warren.
I really feel it after I've had a couple of drinks.
Yeah, well that too.
All right, let's get into this. We'll get main things recording. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, friends, and welcome to your Daily Detroit, sharing what to know and where to go in Southeast Michigan. I am J.R. Stays, coming to you from our beautiful studio at Tech Town. Joining me to work through the stories of the day, a lot of new things that are happening in Detroit, an update on a major automaker, and a whole lot more is none other than the Prince of Brightmoor himself, Norris Howard. How are you?
The West Side is back in the building, y'all. You already know what it is. And let me just say this. Congratulations to everybody who ran in the marathon in the rain last week. I haven't been on the show in a while, but knew a few people who ran. And I just want to say great job, everybody. Great turnout, even though it was a pretty ugly day. But a good day to run, actually.
Next year, should we do something along the line? I'm not running.
I ain't running.
I'm
Hell
not
no.
running, but I would celebrate them running.
Yeah, I will come to. I went down there and got a Cinnabon and went back in the house.
Where did you get a
They had
Cinnabon?
the Cinnabon truck out.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't think there was a permanent Cinnabon down here.
No. They had the truck out. But yeah, I was like, oh, wow, look at all these wonderful athletic people. And then I just got a Cinnabon and went back in the house.
I didn't know you ate Cinnabons.
It's like, I have 3 things that I do once a month as like a deep delight. I'd get like a cinnamon roll of some sort, whether it be a cinnamon or something like that. I only do one a month. I do one cigar a month. Only because it's my last little vice. I'm not addicted to them or anything. I just think they look cool.
We're gonna have to do. You know what we should do? We should do a live show somewhere with cigars on the air.
Oh, we could just go to the cigar bar. There's some nice ones downtown. A couple of them. So we should check them out. But yeah, you know, we get some cigars, and I know a little bit about cigars. You know what I'm saying? You get you a Pentello or a Claro, or you know what I'm saying? Like we could go through it. And then once a month, I let myself drink a little too much,
Okay,
but not a lot. I'm rarely drunk,
just a little bit.
but just a little bit too much. I haven't had a hangover in years.
That's part of what. Yeah, that's important to avoid that if you can.
Yeah, years. Like I can't recall the last time I had one.
So the stories we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about some earnings at General Motors that I think might surprise some people.
Yeah,
Hunter House Hamburgers is moving out in the suburbs.
that's right.
We've got some changes coming to Andiamo.
Big changes.
Big changes with the Rensen
Big
and
teams.
the new development happening. We've got some great renderings to show you if you're watching the live stream. We've got a new store
Big
that's
teams.
coming in on Woodward.
Yeah.
We've got another move of another company from the Rensen to Woodward Avenue.
So it's the Hollywood Shuffle downtown Detroit, man.
It
I'm
is.
telling you.
And then we're going to debate about very pricey condos.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So the first thing I want to talk about is General Motors Q3 earnings. They exceeded Wall Street's expectations. That, along with the with easing tariff pressures, led the company to raise its full year 2025 financial guidance. The stock rose by more than 15%, marking its best day in more than 5 years. Despite overall strong results, GM's net income fell 57% year over year due to a $1.6 billion special charge related to its pullback in all-electric vehicles. While North American profit margins declined, this was offset by gains in China and international markets. GM CEO Mary Barra said that the top priority is returning North American margins to 8 to 10% by improving EV profitability and managing costs. 40%, which is actually a pretty good number, of General Motors EVs were profitable on a production basis. I will mention this. I know Mary Barra gets a lot of crap from a lot of people for a lot of reasons, but I honestly think that she's done a really good job in some ways, and specifically dealing with the supply chain, dealing with all of these tariff pressures, trying to shift all this stuff around to set General Motors up in a position, because all of these changes could have really exacted lasting damage.
Oh, yeah.
And her staff has done her team has done a great job kind of managing this. But also, it's clear EVs are not done. And it's also clear that maybe we need to think a little bit about the actual economic impact of some of the policies nationally, and kind of like, we need to work through this a little bit, because I think a lot of people thought the sky was going to fall, and it has not.
No, the sky hasn't fallen, because GM has actually over the past decade done a really great job at expanding their global market reach, right? In the past, I think a big shift like this would have been destructive for GM or Ford even. I mean, we remember, some of us are old enough, and even I wasn't around for this, but some of us remember the crash in the 70s when the big Japanese automakers came in and people thought, this is over, we'll all be driving Hondas and Toyotas, and the big three are going to be destroyed forever. And they were able to push through, and obviously it hurt, but they were able to survive. I think what this also shows, though, and one thing that I'm very, very positive about when it comes to not just the earnings, but the direction of the company itself, is that there's still a commitment to wanting to get the right margin on EVs and to continue to expand production of the EVs, even though EVs aren't receiving the same tax credit or not. So what that tells me, this is me reading the tea leaves, what that tells me is that they see enough demand in the market, even without the EV tax credit, that they should continue.
You mean the world doesn't work like it does on X.com, that everything is black and white and there's no nuance? You mean maybe the people on X are generally idiots?
Yeah, generally, that's what it's telling me. It's what it's telling me is that neither thing is true, is that, EVs were not going to be the panacea to solve all the problems of the American auto market, but at the same time, the removal of the EV tax credit wasn't going to all of a sudden drive EV consumership into the ground. Like, it was somewhere in the middle, and GM's global markets basically have done them a solid this quarter.
I should say the pundits, not everybody.
Yeah,
the pundits on social media in general. Because that huge, strong take that goes viral is often not reality. And it's interesting to me because we have such an important investment in Detroit with Factory Zero and these EVs. Like, we have stakes in the game.
Yes, absolutely. I think the last thing on this that I want to say is that I'll be interested to see what Ford's Q3 numbers are. Ford has been, at least on paper, really pushing the Mach-E and really pushing the F-150 Lightning. And I want to see kind of has that, given them some gains. We do know that there was a large boost in EV purchases because the tax credits were running out in this quarter. I'll be interested to see what Ford's numbers are.
For sure. Feedback, as always, 313-789 or 313-789-3211. I forgot our own phone number. And dailydetroit@gmail.com. All right, let's get into a couple of food stories. The legendary Hunter House Hamburgers is moving from their original location from the 1950s in Birmingham. I want to say 1952. They are a popular joint. Like, they're a big thing in Oakland County. It's Hunter House. Now, like when Little Ghost opened down on the south end of Oakland County, a lot of people were comparing it. I haven't done a head-to-head. Yeah. I want to do this head-to-head, but it's a big deal for a lot of people in Oakland County. The new restaurant will be located just down the street in a former Kentucky Fried Chicken building at Woodward
like
and
blasphemy.
Lincoln.
That sounds like blasphemy. I feel like it shouldn't be in a KFC.
Former.
But still.
If it's gone, I want something else in it.
I mean, I feel you, but it feels weird. But I don't know. The owners do say they're going to build an exact replica.
I want to see it. Yeah. I want to see how exact they go with this. This is going to be interesting. If you want to check out the original location, you have until the end of this month, the 31st, and November 1st is the new spot. So they're on it. They're on it.
Yeah.
They're on it. All right. Another one I want to mention is Andiamo Italian Shop House is coming to Water Square. Now, I actually got some clarification on this because we got the news release and some renderings I want to show, because that Water Square development is coming together in a big way. The JW Marriott Hotel there.
Yep.
It's going to be a big thing.
Yep.
But basically, this Andiamo concept is moving from the Rensen, which, it's going to get at least part of it's going to get demolished. And it's going to move over to the Water Square. This would be a Andiamo chop house or an Italian chop house. So you're going to get an array of steaks and other meats along a meat focus along with the Italian.
But this is not a new restaurant.
Right, it's not a net new thing. It's a move
It's
and a
a
shift.
move.
A move and a shift.
Yeah, a move and a shift, a menu shift. And listen, again, this is another one of those things where you look at development and what's happening, high-end development, high-end apartments. You're going to have nice shishi hotel right there. So what you got to do, you got to put a nice shishi restaurant right there for all your execs that are coming into town, people coming in for conferences, so on and so forth. And now they're going to be right there. Bam, you go from the conference, don't even got to get on the people mover. You just slide right on to the hotel and you go to the restaurant.
With a 1,000 bottle wine wall.
That's wild.
1,000 bottles of wine on the wall. Knock one down. What you got? 900.
I don't want that.
9 bottles.
I don't want that one, Jer. No. I don't want that one. But listen, this is going to be really exciting because, I always wonder, when the Water Square development was finished, what were going to be some of the anchor tenants besides the hotel. Obviously, we got the apartment tower, you got the hotel tower, and now we got to figure out what are we going to put over there in order to bring people to essentially what is a new neighborhood, new small neighborhood.
When 600 rooms is nothing to sneeze at connected to the hotel. That's
Not
going to
at
be
all.
It's going to be very important. What I find is interesting from a historical perspective is that the Rensen kind of sopped up a ton of office and retail tenants, and now as it's kind of closing down, and we're going to talk about another move out of the Rensen in a minute. You're seeing the breathe out. There was a breathe into the Rensen, and now there's a breathe out.
And you know what? And we've said it many times where the sort of retail and office footprint of downtown Detroit is actually still a ton of vacancies. There's still a ton of room in downtown Detroit, not even counting the Rensen, which we know is basically a cavern of office space. But now you got certain entities and companies moving out. Maybe this will begin to sort of re-urbanize downtown as far as the professionals.
And you know what we might be seeing down the line? I saw a report about this, is we might see the return of the Live Downtown incentive because residential vacancies have gone so high. It's north of 20%, I believe. Near 30. And that Live Downtown incentive could be a really big deal and that, just so people know, that would not come from the city coffers.
No.
That would come from downtown businesses. And I'm aware of this program from my previous corporate life when it was in effect. Basically, these downtown businesses take part of their money and make a forgivable loan fund for you to either buy or rent stuff in the neighborhood where that business is. And that was Live Downtown, and at the time, Live Midtown as well.
Yeah.
Where I think you could get $20,000 towards the purchase of a home, or I think it was like $1,000 or something towards your rent or something like that. And that really helped spur a bunch of demand. And I think we're seeing that again.
Well, and when I was living downtown the first time, there were incentives for certain employers to have their employees living in downtown buildings. I know, not Bedrock, Rocket was the big one. If you were working at Rocket at the time, there were some preferred buildings for you to live in. That you got some incentives to live in those. So I hope to see that come back because as we start to see more residential being built out, I mean, it only helps to have people come in and help increase that density and increase the livelihood of downtown Detroit on a daily basis.
We'll talk a little bit more about the Rensen in a second, but I want to mention a new store that is under construction. I was going to post about it. Cranes beat me to it. Is the Timberland store. Timberland's coming to downtown Detroit.
Yes.
Next to the Gardner White, right across from the Hudson's development, and that what you would see as the UBS building. It has a UBS sign on it right there on Woodward. It's going to be about 1,400 square feet, according to Cranes Detroit, and grand opening events coming up less than a month, November 15th through 16th. This is a pretty big addition to retail scene.
And let me tell you something. And let me tell you why I love that the Timberland store is coming down there. All right, I don't want to say this. I would never say this out loud, but I'm going to say this because I love y'all, Daily Detroit audience. Timberland is a real black-coded brand, and I love that it's down there now because we going to be out there getting all kind of Timbs. We going to be having the wheats, black, the baby blues, I'm telling you, they're coming back. Tim's is about to be here in a big way because it's been so long since I've been able to just go buy a pair of Tims. I'm not driving all the way to Somerset to get some Tims.
I think they're in Auburn Hills. That's where the outlet is.
Auburn Hills. Go all the way out there to Great Lakes Crossing to get some Tims, or order them online. And you got to be real particular with your Tims because are you going to lace your Tims up? Or are you going to have them loose and untied? That changes the size. So I got to go fit them. I got to go get them fitted. So if the Timberland store is downtown, they're going to be selling some bubble vests. The bubble vest is bro, we all about to be dressing like a Aaliyah video in 97, bro. It's about to be 100% 1997. Wheat Tims everywhere, bubble vest, big sunglasses. Let's do it.
Okay. In that lane of stores, what do you want to see next?
Uniqlo.
Still, okay. Is that in that same lane as far as like traditionally black brands?
Oh, black coated?
Yeah, black coated
what's
brands.
the next black coated brand I want to see down there? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. We already
people keep saying in my ear we need a Cartier.
We need a Cartier store. We need a car. We got Gucci, which was already a big one. That was one of the big three. We got Gucci, and I think if we get Gucci, we get Timberland, we get Cardi, and then we get Michael Kors for the ladies, and other bag wearing individuals.
All the bag wearing individuals.
All the
will be
bag
welcome.
wearing individuals. Yeah, bro. Oh man, we get a Cardi store down. See, but people ain't gonna know how to act. They gonna play the Cardis out because there's gonna be too available. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be too available. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think we could do it. They'll probably put the Cardi store in the Hudson's Tower.
You think so?
Yeah,
There's spots. There's still like 3 or 4 spots.
I don't know
long.
if they would put it like on that side, on the southbound side of Woodward. I think they would put it on the northbound side of Woodward.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was thinking maybe in one of those slots that's down the road from Gucci.
Oh,
so you got
on the Grand River side. Yeah.
3 or 4 retail slots.
No. Cartier want Woodward. They gonna want Woodward.
What about you shift things around? Not that I don't like the Born in Detroit store, but what about the old Moose Jaw space?
Oh, who goes in the old Moose Jaw space?
Because I mean, there's Born in Detroit there now, but that's the kind of brand you can move around.
You can move that around. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's some real prime real estate. So I have no idea who could go there. It's too small for a Uniqlo. Uniqlo actually needs a really big footprint, so they may have to think of something a little bit further down the road. But yeah, I don't know what you could. I don't know. Maybe that's why you put the Michael Kors. You need a bag store. There's no bag store besides the Gucci store.
You got to get the bag.
You got to get the bag. We need another bag store, lady shoe store. I feel like the ladies don't have a lot of choices down there. I feel outside of Gucci, the ladies don't have a lot of choices down there. So maybe we pick something else. You know
what? Listeners need to chime in.
I don't count athleisure as either or. I count athleisure as everyone. So I feel like there's not kind of like a women forward. There's the Bonobos store down there. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that we kind of missing. Like, when's the last time you walked down the street and saw a dress in a window?
There's some stuff at H&M.
That's it. But
All
H&M is both people, is everybody.
DailyDetroit@gmail.com or 313-789-3211. If you're into dresses, tell me what you need. Just if you're into dresses, tell me what you need.
What do you need?
What do you need? All right, let's talk about a company that you may or may not have heard of called Urban Science. They are a global automotive consulting firm. Their headquarters has been in the Rents End for a long time. They are downsizing to a spot at Bedrock's one campus, Marcius, down to 35,000 square feet. They've been around for like nearly a half a century. Yeah. Just one of those things. It's so funny because when people talk about urban science, they immediately think it's planning, and it's so not.
No.
Like urban planning. It's more like ad tech, and stuff like that. But this will be apparently on the 15th floor, according to reports. They do a bunch of investments. They do, this is the kind of thing you want to see, these kind of high paying jobs in the city. I just wanted to highlight it because, one campus, Marcia, still has a lot of
vacancy as well.
We're going to see some interesting things with this.
Yep.
All right. This last one is kind of I would say maybe controversial to some folks.
Okay.
Now, we've talked a lot on our member-only Discord about high prices with certain real estate.
Yes.
There's a house that just popped up on Van Dyke Place for near $1 million.
That's kind of
A
crazy.
5-bedroom place for near $1 million. If you can see the link. You can look it up on Zillow if you want.
Depends on where on Van Dyke, but not
Van Dyke Place, that little road.
Van Dyke Place. Okay, yeah.
All right. So there will be nearly 196 condos in the Hudson's Tower.
Yes.
All right. And these condos, according to reports, specifically Crane's Detroit Business, they would triple the current downtown average rent of 330 square feet to 100. They would triple the current price of $330 per square foot to $1,000 per square foot. This is at the residences at the Detroit Edition, and you're gonna get condos for between $550,000 and $3 million.
Now,
This is, I gotta
this
say,
is so expensive. This is so much
would
money.
you spend $3 million to live in the Hudson's Tower downtown? If you had it.
If I had it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if I had it, yeah. Yeah. Here's how I feel about it. This is so expensive. This is exorbitant. But also at the same time, we have never had something like that. Other cities do. Other cities that are significantly larger and have more wealth attraction and job growth do. And so for me, do I think maybe it's a little early to make that demand? I think it might be early, but the concept in and of itself to have $1 million condos downtown Detroit in the newest building that should technically be state of the art, brand spanking new. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, you said that's where your NBA players is gonna stay at. That's what I see. I don't necessarily see it as like, oh yeah, let's have some rank and file Detroiters living there, which sucks. But I'm just saying, like, I view it as more. This is a thing where you're gonna see athletes live at, some high end investors, stuff like that. And if that rubs you the wrong way, then I get it. But for me, I'd rather those people be living in downtown Detroit than be living in Birmingham or Farmington Hills or out on Orchard Lake somewhere.
Because if not for there, in your mind, they wouldn't live in the city at all.
No, there's nowhere to live in the city. Not that gives you that same kind of experience, right? You were let's say you an NBA rookie, right? You came in, you getting some decent money, you got a big contract, or maybe you 22, 23 years old, got your first big contract, playing in Detroit, and you got two choices. Either I'm a single guy and I want to get the city life, downtown living, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, let me go get $1.5 million condo and live in the Hudson's Tower, exclusive, secured, all that stuff. Be right downtown. I'm literally a block away from the gig. Or I go all the way out to the suburbs. I got to drive 45 minutes in to go to practice every day, drive 45 minutes back out. I just view it as this is an interesting opportunity to sort of court that type of client, which I think previously there have been limited opportunities to do so.
Maybe some units at residences at Water Square.
Some, yeah.
If you want that riverfront,
yeah, top flight.
Flight. These are only 96 units.
Yeah, but that's who you'll get. It'll be that exclusive, And again, are the prices ridiculous? Absolutely. They're ridiculous. They're not for normal people to even really be considering, to be honest, right? Like I said, I'm thinking athletes, super duper CEO types, a few, pied-à-terres for, some people who got a crib all the way out in Utica somewhere and then got to come back in to the city every now and then. Like, I'm thinking that's the clientele, which, again, do I think like that's not a building we thought was gonna be for affordable, like was gonna be like the 35%
even
affordable rents.
Even when there were more affordable housing in some of the plan, like, come on, it was still gonna be
crazy. You know what I'm saying? So look, it was gonna be the most exclusive piece of real estate in the city.
You're living across the street from the Gucci store.
Yeah, regardless of what anybody thought. it was gonna be.
And when it comes to services and things, these people, I mean, I don't mean to be dismissive and say these people, but like they've got people to shop for them. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like somebody's going to Rivertown Meyer and getting their groceries and dropping them off.
Yeah, like in and of itself, does this offend me? No, it doesn't. It doesn't really offend me. You know, there are some things, there are some places that, you know, hey, if you got it, go live there. And listen, I live downtown at a very affordable place to live at, and I'm a block away from all the same stuff, bro. Like, like I'm 2 blocks from all the same stuff. It's not that big of a deal. I think for me, sometimes we get very caught up in the numbers, just how expensive certain things are, just how expensive they could be. But for this one, I think it is what it is. And here's the thing. If the market's not there, the prices will come down.
That's true. The record before is $900 a square foot. So there's it's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy compared to what the previous record is.
Yeah, when I talk to real estate people, they always remind me, no matter what like the gallery thinks, the price is what someone will pay for it.
It only costs what somebody will pay for it.
And that is, if it's too much, we'll know if it's too much. Always will love your feedback, dailydetroit@gmail.com or 313-789-30. 211. And that is it for today's episode of Your Daily Detroit. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this tour of some new stuff and new things happening around town, and a little bit of talk about one of our automakers that, you know, has a large presence here in a lot of ways in the metro region. As always, thank you so much to our members on Patreon, patreon.com/dailydetroit. We've got our email newsletter. You can sign up for that at dailydetroit.com. And of course, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that bell. This is the first time I'm doing this. Hit the bell.
You said hit the bell. I
Hit the
can't
bell.
believe you're a real streamer now.
I'm a real streamer
You're
now.
a real streamer now. Like and subscribe.
We need to get an animated graphic of Fezzi here
Yeah.
hitting the bell for producer Adam to bring on the screen.
Yeah.
Like pecking it with his beak. That'd be pretty good. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I'm Jer Stace.
I'm Norris Howard.
Remember that you are somebody, and we'll see you around Detroit.
Word to the chat.
Chat's going.
Word to the chat.
Chat's going.
See a couple names in there we don't see very often. First of all, these units, Michael saying these units will most likely be used as investments and not many residents. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure about that. Some will.
Some will.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a luxury high rise. Of course, some will. But I just think also, I don't think we necessarily have that culture yet here in Detroit.
Now, there will be a lot of pied-à-terres.
There'll be a lot of those.
There will be
a lot of those.
A lot of
you
people
gotta
are
remember,
in one weekend.
You got to remember there's a lot of auto execs and there's a lot of people just from the industry and the cottage industries that go along with the auto industry that are in town for a week, 2 weeks. I mean, on background, there's a guy that I know that is executive for a auto software. You know, they do software for the vehicles, and he same thing. He's getting a place downtown, and he has another place like in Lake Orion or something like that, and that's what he does. He's like, I'm working a couple days from the crib, and then a few days I'm downtown, or I may be downtown for a week or so, and then I go back home.
Not Lake Orion.
Lake Orion.
There's a whole fun story with Lake Orion.
Yeah,
and why it's named
Lake
that way.
Orion. But anyway, yeah, so some will be investment units, but I think there'll be a lot of pied-à-terres and maybe a few athletes.
All right, let's work through the chat. David Gifford, will Hudson Tower allow Airbnb? At $3 million, I think you should be able to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, you paying that much money, you do whatever you want, dog.
Mr. 1213, good to see you. A trendy black woman's boutique could occupy a small storefront in Woodward as well. I agree. I just don't have enough experience with what to do. By the way, you know who's great is the Lip Bar.
Yeah, but
Melissa Butler's awesome, but that's not a boutique. But
No.
I want to give. There are some great businesses one block off of Woodward. I want to make sure people know about.
Oh,
and the Lip Bar is one of them.
Oh, yeah. Rebel Nail, the Lip Bar, you got a few over there. Listen, there's a lot of opportunity in that spot, I think, for a lot of things. But I'm just thinking of, you want the visual of the high street. You driving down, you want to see certain brands, right? And for me, like, you gotta have, I think, one more of those luxury brands down there. I saw a tweet where somebody said, Woodward is starting to feel like Somerset. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say that like a negative. Like, people are saying it as a negative. I'm not saying that as a negative. That's money that got spent in the city that normally was spent in Northern Oakland County. I want that money spent here.
When you travel, that's just a normal thing.
No diss to Oakland County, but y'all got a lot of money. We want some of the money.
Well, so here's the thing that's difficult is that, like, I understand that this conversation is so hard because, like, I live in a neighborhood and I think there's a lot of things that need to be in neighborhood downtowns that people keep wanting to be in downtown Detroit.
Yes.
Right? Where it's like downtown Detroit, when you travel, and I used to travel a lot.
Yeah.
This is just what downtowns are like.
Yeah, they
like
have your high-end stores.
It's just what it's like.
Stuff for tourists to go and buy and spend exorbitant amounts of money. But there are other things like, like a Sister Pie that should be in your neighborhood
Sister
commercial.
Pie would kill it over there.
Your neighborhood commercial corridor. That's what that should be in.
Yeah. David makes a point. Woodward used to be the mall. Hudson, Crowley, Kresge, Current. I remember, and I went to some of those. I'm just barely old enough to remember some of those still open. Mr. Duckett, hello. Good to see you. Those are ridiculous prices. Mr. 1213. I wonder why Google didn't open in one of Bedrock's buildings on Woodward instead of Little Caesars Arena. I don't think those options were available as much as they are.
Yeah, because Rock pretty much had all of One Campus Marches
at that time.
Up.
Right. They were filled up at that time.
Yeah.
And
then became Rocket. Yeah. And then it was around that time.
Yeah. And so that
may have already been Rocket, but they had a lot of people there. We got to remember the office occupancy of downtown Detroit was still pretty big before the pandemic.
Christian, Rachel Lutz of the Peacock Room should open. What if Rachel Lutz of the Peacock Room wants to open downtown? That would be great. You know what? She has so many. First off, wonderful retailer. If you've never been to the Peacock Room in the Fisher Building,
really nice.
There's also a location in Midtown over across from the DIA. But here's the thing: if you open one downtown, at that point, does it become a flock of peacocks? Does it become a party of peacocks? I know. By the way, a multiple peacocks can be called a muster, a pride, or a party, or I believe also an ostentation.
Jer,
I'm a bird nerd.
You went somewhere that I was not prepared to go. You completely blindsided me
It just takes a lot to run that many stores. I don't know if you need that many stores that close to each other.
No, I don't think you do.
You maybe move one. I don't know. I don't know the business. So
I would.
They're great. I hope
maybe,
they do well.
Yeah, I think maybe not. Why move one? But who knows? I just think there's a lot of opportunity both for small, medium, and very large businesses to still operate out of downtown Detroit. There's still just so much vacant space that can be used.
David asked, is Rihanna Savage Fenty still open? Yes, it is.
Sure is.
And Taylor is a good lady store, says Mr. 1213.
I think also what people have to realize is that...
Also, Nautica is another suggestion.
All right. Nautica, if we were going for full-blown black 90s kitsch, yes, Nautica.
Okay. Polo with the bears.
But it's Polo. You got to put Ralph. It's got to be Ralph.
With the bear.
Yeah, but it's got to be a Ralph store.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If I had to choose between Nautica and Polo, you got to put Polo down there. You got to put Ralph.
Oh, why not both?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if we talking about one retail space, it's Ralph.
You think so?
It's Ralph. It's Ralph.
Mr. Duckett says that Hutch won't stand for the Cardi store.
I don't care. It's happening. I'm telling y'all, the Cardi store goes down there. That's how I know that our evolution into a real downtown will be complete. Because Cartier has admitted. Did you know Cartier has admitted that Detroit is like a top 3 market in the world for them?
Did not know.
It's a top 3 market globally.
I'm not surprised. If you're out on the streets of Detroit, you shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, like for real. Christian Gerard says, I agree we should have big brands downtown as long as local brands are included in those spaces. Let's not do what other downtowns do, and let's take what's good and make it better. I agree. I think there's opportunity, and that's my thing, is I think that there's opportunity to do it all. But here's the thing. The beautiful thing, actually, about the way downtown Detroit is set up is that because of the sort of wheel and spokeness of it, depending on where you're coming from, you get sight lines that you normally wouldn't have. So like if you're walking on Woodward and you're making a right on Grand River, you actually see more of Capitol Park. Like if you turn west on Grand River, you see a little bit more of Capitol Park, and you're able to kind of peek around and see kind of more retail space that'd be available. So everything won't and shouldn't be on Woodward, but there is opportunity in multiple pockets of downtown Detroit that can really allow for some great business development. I think whether it be retail, whether it be restaurants, whether it be, coffee shops, which I still think we don't have enough coffee shops downtown.
That's a possibly unpopular opinion.
I still think there's still not a good one in Greektown.
All right, to be fair, there's all the construction, but okay.
But I'm saying even before that started,
yeah,
there's still not a good independently owned coffee shop in that whole area from 75 to Brush, from Jefferson all the way up to Gratiot.
Okay.
No good coffee
It
shop.
reminds me I need to reach out to somebody about the meetup we wanted to do in Greektown.
Yeah.
To support
Yeah.
during the
I
construction
think there's
over
a Starbucks over there, but Starbucks does not count. That's McDonald's.
It's a Dunkin' now.
Oh, is it Dunkin' now?
It's changed.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
a Starbucks.
It's
The one in
a Starbucks
Greektown?
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't
Dunkin' now?
I think it's a Dunkin'. Don't quote me.
Even worse.
Mr. 1213, I had heard the Detroit Public Schools had reopened the Benjamin, you say Mays, I think you mean Benjamin Davis School. The Benjamin Davis is reopening. That is
Yeah,
true.
it's reopening. Yep.
Yeah, the Davis Aerospace Technical High School.
Yep.
Very cool project over at City Airport. You know what we need to do?
We can get over there.
I think I could get us a show at City Airport. That would be fun. Should we do a live show at City Airport?
yeah.
With the things behind us when it warms up?
Yes.
I think we should.
Yes.
I think we should do a live show at City Airport.
Because I always wanted to recreate. Have you ever seen that GIF or that video of when Prince Harry was in the British Air Force when he was in the RAF, and then like they had a sortie in the middle of him giving an interview, and he throws out the microphone and just takes off running?
That's amazing.
I would love to do that at an airplane hangar. I don't know why. Because the best part about it is people have put the beginning to back that ass up to it. So it was like, dum, dum, dum. And he just looked around and was like, took the mic off and took off running. It was great.
Mr. 1213, why don't the downtown business community get together and fund free ethnic festivals at Hart Plaza? That's something I could bring up. I already recorded an interview, but I'll bring that up for the next time that I get a chance to talk to folks over at the DDP. One challenge with the ethnic festivals is that whenever you do one, everybody else gets mad nowadays.
Yeah.
Like if it always existed all along, it would have been fine. But in this social climate, you can't be anything without everybody else being mad at you.
The only ones I think that have been allowed without too much issue is like Movement, which is not a cultural festival, but it's always been there.
It's not an ethnic festival.
Yeah, it's not an ethnic festival. And Africa World Fest, nobody raises stink about Africa World Fest. Nobody raises stink about that one. But that's also because Africa World Fest has been around since forever.
Right.
So, like, nobody complains about that. But I saw a lot of real terrible stuff about the powwow.
Yeah.
Like, I saw some real bad stuff about the powwow. And I'm like, Brody, what? And obviously, I'm saying this, making some assumptions. It didn't seem like it was a lot of people from Metro Detroit. It seemed like it was a lot of people from elsewhere. I'm going to just say that.
One thing that's cool about what the DDP does is since they're kind of like a nonprofit that like holds a bunch of different projects together, so that could be something they could help enable maybe down the line. Or the Riverfront could be another good home for that.
Yeah, I think the Riverfront, too.
Riverfront could be a really good home for that. So
Yeah.
there's some thoughts. With, you know what it's going to be is some CEO is something and they're like, hey, I want this to happen.
I want it to happen.
That's
Here's
usually-
here's a bag of money.
Well, like the Jazz Fest,
Yeah.
Valade,
Yep.
Rest Her Soul, Carhartt Dynasty.
Yep.
Jazz, the money for the Jazz Fest, that's her.
Yeah.
That was her.
And it was an endowment, too.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's like, here's the money you need to do this for 20 years after I'm dead.
David, I wonder how long can the U.S. continue to block the sales of Chinese EVs like BYD into the U.S. markets? Pretty much forever.
Forever.
They're not.
You
they're-
can't.
They're
Hold on.
not coming here.
Let me say this. You cannot force a country to use your stuff unless you take it over somehow.
Well, that's how it's going to, so that's the way it would happen, right?
Yeah.
Let's say somebody buys Stellantis.
That's what it would have to be.
It would be something like that.
It has to
I'm
be
not saying
that.
they are, but like that's
No,
the
and
kind
even
of
then,
move.
but even then, it would be if they would change the badges. They would change. It wouldn't be BYD because BYD is banned from selling their
It's
product.
because of the tariff, right? The
Exactly.
super high
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
Right now, you might see some vulnerabilities in the armor, say with all these trade issues with Canada,
Right.
and you start to see that come across
Right.
come across the thing. But
Yeah.
I think it can happen, but it's not going to come in the way of like they're banned. It's going to come in you're going to have to pay a very large check,
Or you're gonna have to buy Stellantis.
or one of them,
Yeah.
Rivian,
Rivian, something like that.
something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert.
No, me neither. But it would. I feel like it would come for something like that more than just, oh yeah, China. Here you go.
Wondering how Michigan's, David again, new EV registration tax will affect EV sales that combined with the end of Fed tax rebates. I will ask an expert
Yeah,
about
I'm not
that
an
one.
expert about that.
I will ask an expert. I do know that there's like a lot of different. One piece that's actually affecting EV sales for some folks is insurance costs.
I mean,
For some people, insurance goes up with that.
literally, my insurance is $10 more than my car note.
Seriously.
My insurance is $10 more than my car note.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the beautiful thing about having good credit. Is you end up paying more in insurance than you do for your actual car. Freaking
let's
Michigan,
see.
man. I swear to God.
Woodward and Lincoln will be a great spot. More parking, better visibility. Locals love their little wide-sided slider joints. Yep, people do love. We got to do the head-to-head for that. That's for sure. 100%.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mr. 12, 1300 houses where the cruisers hung out in the 50s. Yep. Woodward was a cruising thing, man.
Well, yeah.
That's part of why the Dream Cruise has so much nostalgia.
Yeah. Stina, first of all, hello, Stina.
Good to see you.
Stina saying, I had Airbnb guests who attended and participated in the powwow. They were all indigenous, so they loved it. I loved seeing it back. I remember going to it as a little kid. It was great. It was great. It was like the coolest thing because I was like one of the only kids I knew who had indigenous classmates. So my classmates would tell me, like, are you going downtown? There's a powwow. And I was just like, word, like a real one? Like it was one of those types of things where it was just like you had been told, like seeing it in movies and cartoons and stuff like that. And, obviously most of that stuff was like mad racist back in the day. And then you went to it and I was like, this is so dope. Like they're literally just play music, sing, tell stories, make dope clothes, and like it just exchange info and just build community, man. Like the powwow is so dope. I was so happy to see it back.
Oh yeah. So it'd be very cool. So yeah, there's just been a lot going on, man.
Yeah, it's always a lot going on. Listen, man. When it comes to the city of Detroit, all right, this is what it's doing. All right, we got. They said they didn't like the concrete at Hart. Nobody likes the concrete at Hart Plaza. Nobody likes the concrete at Hart Plaza.
No, Hart Plaza needs a redesign.
Yeah, and
Hart Plaza needs a true full redesign.
A big redesign, and really the only part that should probably be concrete is the concert bowl,
The fountain area.
the fountain, and the stuff underneath, and only like a little ring around the fountain. Like, not like the whole thing. Like, the rest of that needs to all be grass with paths.
Or even some sort of materials, because it's going to be hard to, like, make the grass stand through all of those different festivals. But there's very...
No, you could do art like turf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just make it turf.
There's a lot of things you could do.
Yeah, just make it turf, dude.
Because this is not... There needs to be more trees.
Yeah.
There needs to be more
There needs
trees.
to be more trees.
Hart Plaza had such great... I remember, so I actually tried to get somebody from... Who was it designed Hart Plaza? What was his name? Japanese fellow.
Yamazaki?
No, hold on. Because I almost did a piece on it. And let's see here. Noguchi. Asimu Noguchi.
Oh, okay,
Anyway,
okay.
I was actually trying to be in touch with the Noguchi Institute in New York, tried to put together something about Hart Plaza because there's been talk about redoing it for a while. Very big sore spot. Apparently, there's letters and letters of Noguchi, like, mad at Coleman Young and others because there was this huge plan for Hart Plaza. It was endowed with a bunch of money from auto magnates, And guess what? Budget cuts. And so we just kept throwing cement and more cement and more cement. And so really, it's like the cheapest plaza
It's the cheapest
possible.
thing to do. Yeah.
And so it really needs a true rethink. And I don't know if we should go back to the original plans. I don't know if they're appropriate for 2025 and
But I think
technology,
we should
but
redo
we should
it. And
we
I
got to
think-
redo it.
I think we should redo it, and I think there's probably a way to do it without it being too incredibly expensive. Because, like, dude, just imagine having a green space right there. You just walk out of downtown, and you just got a real, actual green space right there.
And you could do some fun things. So I was at some Detroit parks. I thought it was really cool. They have these shade shelters that on the top have solar panels, and then you can charge your phone. And there's all this other stuff like underneath the shade structure. And the shade structures looks like not like a tree, but tree representative.
Yeah.
It's
seen 'em.
artistic.
I've seen them before. Yeah.
There's some stuff like that could be really really
No,
cool.
you could do a bunch of stuff, man. But right now, there's not enough shade. There's not enough grass. It's hot. It gets oppressive in the summertime. Like it Hart Plaza has so much potential. Hart
is
Plaza
not living up
has
to
so
it.
much potential. But anyway,
So, hoping to see Harmony Park get developed as Capitol Park someday. We all are.
yeah.
Harmony Park's been that. I remember. Were you around for the? I know you weren't with us,
Mm-hmm.
but were you around for that giant press conference that we're supposed to have all these developments in Hart Plaza or not Hart? Harmony
in
Park.
Harmony Park, yeah.
Well, which became Paradise Valley because it's now Paradise Valley.
Yeah.
It's not called
Yeah.
Harmony Park anymore.
Yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, I was in town, yeah.
We have the Soul Restaurant. We don't have that much that happened from that.
Well, you got Vinyl Society, you got Fixins, you got the cigar bar over there. There's stuff,
But there isn't
over
the new
there.
buildings.
But the new stuff is not there. There's just reused older stuff,
Which is fine.
which is great. But I mean, I would argue. I mean, for a lot of people, and what I've heard from out of towners and family friends is that, I mean, Fixins is one of the top restaurants that they've gone to in all of Detroit. I feel like the energy that used to be for Detroit Vegan Soul is now went to Fixins.
Really?
Yeah,
I gotta try it.
it's great.
Devin's been. He really liked
It's
it.
fantastic.
Okay.
It's so good.
What do I need to get?
Oof, everything.
Okay.
I've literally had everything. It's all good.
That's amazing.
Besides, like, fish. So maybe get the fish. I don't know.
Christian says calling it Paradise Valley feels like an insult to both neighborhoods. This has been a hot spot for a long time. This has been a spot of contention for a long time.
To be fair,
I mean, it was always Harmony Park before.
it was always Harmony Park. So that's kind of what I still call it. So I think for most people in Detroit, if you call it Harmony Park, they'll know what you're talking about. It's fine.
Or they don't even know what it was.
Or they don't even know what it was, which is double fine. I can't fault you if you didn't live here.
yeah.
Like, like I'm not gonna trip off that, dude. Like, it'll be fine. If you say, "Yeah, man, I went to the cigar bar over in Harmony Park," they know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. What's that bar? I've been there a couple times.
I always forget the name of it. The people are so nice there.
The building's very nice.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to, just because somebody's going to,
Somebody's gonna call us. I ran into a listener there.
you did.
Yeah, I ran into a listener
La
there.
Casa.
Yeah, La Casa.
La Casa.
The people at La Casa are great. I ran into a listener there. They were very, very nice and effusive. And thank you so much for sharing what you thought about the show, which was all positive.
Harmony Park is like the place that somehow got less busy while downtown started coming back. I think it's because there just got to be better options. I remember Center Street bar down there. I remember with the glasses shop. I remember there was a
Coach's
sports
used
bar.
to be over
Coaches.
there.
Oh, Coaches.
Oh, I had some nights at Coach's.
I had some nights at Coaches
Because
also
Coach's was the only college night in town for a long time.
for a long time.
So it was the only place you could go were Circa or Coaches. That was it. Those were your only two options, Circa or Coaches. And Circa was cool if you knew you was going up all the way, because then it was close to campus. You could stumble home. But if you had friends who drove, you was going to Coaches because they was turning up. We listened to a lot of T-Pain at Coaches. A lot of T-Pain.
Man, those were the days. You know what? There used to be a liquor store in the Ashley, the building that's now the Ashley. And one night on a day,
Wasn't that before it became Vertical?
yes,
Yeah, it was before it came-
before Vertical.
Before it was Vertical, yeah.
And I drank my worst drinking night ever. I drank
What'd you have?
Camo Quintuple X.
Oh, what
I got
was
a
you doing?
6-rack of Camo.
What were you doing?
Lots of things.
Clearly, bro. I thought you was about to say like I had some Incredible Hulk or something
No,
like that.
That was the worst.
Jeez.
I don't know what I bet on, how I lost it.
You sound
but
like
the
you was
night-
you chugging Four Locos or something.
That was just terrible. That was awful.
You were flying real close to the sun on that one.
I fell. I lost all my feathers. I crashed into the sea.
Crashed into the sea.
For 3 days.
Yep, we never found you again.
That was a terrible idea.
That Jared was never found again. That's funny.
The only inexpensive restaurant that I'll eat at downtown is the Ham Shop.
No. Well, let me see. Okay, it depends on what we mean by inexpensive.
What about that Devin really loves that souvlaki coney in the Penobscot building.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on what we're talking about is inexpensive.
Woodward 1.
Woodward 1 is another good place.
Is it Woodward 1? Is that what it's called? No, it's Woodward.
No, it's Woodward.
Not Detroit 1. Woodward Coney Island is
Yeah,
right there.
Detroit 1 is further up Woodward. Yeah.
The lunch crowd used to really like Global Bistro.
Yeah.
Checker Bar is about to be back open.
It sure is.
People have been sending us pictures.
Yep.
That's coming online real soon. That was never crazy. That was never crazy.
There's places, man. There's places. I mean, even Greektown is not as expensive as the rest of downtown still.
Osvaldo is excited for Timberland.
I told you. Get ready. We about to be at Timberland, bro. Get ready. The west side and the east side gonna converge on the Timberland stuff. I'm telling you, man, because, dude.
Would I look ridiculous in Timberlands?
No, everybody with the right outfit can pull off Timberland.
I feel like since I'm also a big man.
You'll need to get a different haircut.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you'll have to get like a Travis Kelce circa 2023, 24.
No, listen.
Or no, a Travis Kelce circa 2020.
I can't be looking like Travis Kelce.
Yeah, you gotta get the Travis Kelce.
No. My physical analogy as far as size is much closer to Jason than Travis.
Yeah, well, that's what you gotta do.
I'm
You
not
gotta
sure
be a
that's
Kelce
worth it.
brother. You're gonna have to be a Kelce brother if you want to wear Timbs.
You know, he was shopping around at All Things Detroit.
Oh, really?
Jennifer over there on Corktown. Picking up stuff there. I saw him on social media because they were in town for Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Listen, and you know, I know you talked about it on the show, but I'm just putting it out there, man. Listen, the Lions went out and beat one of the hottest teams in the NFL with a secondary made up of a couple janitors and a couple guys from the practice squad, and I'm almost sure a math teacher. So they got them boys playing.
I posted, I talked about it on the podcast. I posted on today about it. But yeah, the thing that encourages me most about the Lions is that we are playing people I've never heard of, and it was all right.
It was beyond all right. It was fantastic.
Do you think North Corktown will become like Brush Park, Osvaldo?
They're trying.
But the thing is that it's so. I'm a former North Corktown resident. The challenge, well, I mean, I guess since you've got Michigan Central, but you're gonna have a different scale. Because North Corktown scale is a lot, even with the new buildings, is a lot lower than Brush Park.
And it's
Brush
a
Park
much larger footprint.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Brush Park's tiny.
yeah, it's a much larger.
North Corktown's
footprint.
pretty big.
The thing with North Corktown that I think Brush Park will not have is space to be able to build more creatively. The thing with Brush Park is you knew there was only so much they could build in only a certain type of thing
It's
they
only
can
like
build.
6. And in fact, in Brush Park, Brush Park still isn't even done yet. You
No,
still
it's
got
not
empty.
done.
You still got empty ass lots.
Well, and you still got a giant park where the Brewsters used to be. So
That's right.
So like it depends on what they figure out to do with that land. Is that just gonna be a park and festival grounds? What is it gonna be?
So, like, if you're an individual, like I know some people who live over there. If you're an individual, I think there's opportunity in North Corktown that you wouldn't get in Brush Park
Yeah,
because
I'd agree.
Brush Park you need a little bit more cheddar to play. Even though North Corktown you need some cheddar.
And it's because it's proximity to downtown.
Yeah.
It's the freeway. Michael says the freeway seems to be really annoying for North Corktown. All they need to do is change one of those one ways into a two way, and then that's not a big deal anymore.
Crossing over, they could do something better. I mean, it was years ago, but it was really something to cross those freeways, walking my dog to go to the old Astro Coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great. There's never going to be a cap over there, but they could do better with the pedestrian and better with the bridges.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do it that far.
David wants them to cap that part of 75.
They're not.
We got a lot of caps to build before that
They're
cap
not.
happens.
They're not going to build a cap over there. This is what happens when you build freeways through half your whole city. This is what happens.
Those pictures of Corktown are depressing. Of like the old aerials of Corktown.
Of every neighborhood. Look at the aerials of the West Side before the Davidson or before Southfield or before 96.
That's true. It's crazy how wide 96 is.
96 is ginormous for no reason.
I was running some errands on the West Side, and 96 is insane.
It's huge.
Like so many lanes, express, like just
It's
so
huge.
wide.
For us to use it for 2 hours a day. So, whatever.
I would love to see more local retail and restaurants and a coffee shop on Gratiot in the part of the corridor where Zeidman's is. I would
Bruh,
too.
let's not even get started on Gratiot. The thing
So
about Gratiot,
you
man,
got La Ventana. That
Yeah.
is over there, the kind of that goes up there a little bit. But the problem with Gratiot, and as someone who lives next to Gratiot,
it's too freaking big.
you got to redo Gratiot before you do that because there's no way. Like, I've actually tried to stop at some things and shop there. It's insane. Like, it's insane to park. It's like because everyone's up on you immediately. Gratiot needs a rethink. I would love to see that stuff go farther up, just selfishly.
Yeah.
Honestly, up by Siemens and stuff like that. By the way, if you've never been to Saffron des Trois, even farther
man,
up Gratiot,
yeah.
that place is amazing. But yes, I would love to see more local retail up there. I would love to see more connections through there. I think that would be amazing. But Gratiot needs a rethink for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what's the Arsenal? Do you have an Arsenal update?
It's 0-0, 18
Okay.
minutes in, so it's looking all right. We look like we're in the ascendancy. So hopefully we get a goal quickly, but right now just 0-0. We're playing Atletico. Uh-oh. I thought we had one, but we didn't. It was well played by Old Block. But anyway. All right, man. Well, I'm happy we had a good show, and I'm happy a lot of folks turned up. A lot of names we weren't used to seeing. So thank y'all for coming by.
And thanks for those who are returning as well. I really appreciate it. We're going to keep doing this on Tuesday afternoons because people seem to like it.
Tell your friends about us.
Yep. We got a lot of good things happening with the project. Make sure, if you've got feedback, let me know. dailydetroit@gmail.com.
What happened there?
We had a malfunction. On screen, you'll see what happened. But I think we're going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jer Stays.
I'm Norris Howard.
Remember that you are somebody, and we'll see you around town.